Once upon a time, there was a huge dense forest. In the forest, there existed happily together a lot of beautiful birds and various animals. The lion was the king of this forest. All the animals lived together, giving due respect to the king. This resulted in them showing respect to each other. Once, the Lion King called the Minister Elephant and said,
"O Minister, begin the preparation for our annual forest festival and make sure it is grand. Also send an invitation to all the birds and animals in the forest."
"Surely, my lord, I will begin the preparations immediately."
He calls for Garuda, the eagle. The eagle swiftly approaches the Minister Elephant.
"Garuda, the king just conveyed that all the animals and birds of our forest are to be invited to the annual forest festival tomorrow. So, I assign this job to you."
Quickly flies and reaches the abodes of the birds and animals.
Dear friends, hear. Our respected Lion King has invited us all to the annual forest festival that is to be held tomorrow. Hence, all of you are expected to come along with your near and dear and make sure that the event is celebrated grandly.
Thus, the eagle invited each and every resident of the forest. The next day, the celebrations begin in the morning. All the animals and birds participated in the festivities. Everyone was waiting eagerly for the arrival of the king. All the younger kids were enjoying the sugar candy being sold in the festival. It was a joyous occasion. In the meantime, the Lion King arrived. The whole forest went silent and started watching the proceedings. As the king arrived, the citizens of the forest respectfully bowed and stood silent. The king began speaking.
My dear fellow citizens, my heartful greetings to you all. This forest is akin to a mother to us all, and it is our responsibility to protect it. So, in respect to the spirit of the forest, we shall celebrate this festival in grandeur.
Thus, having addressed the gathering, the Lion King left the venue. As the citizens grandly celebrated the festival with pomp and glory, an elephant calf was observing the whole proceedings. The calf asked her mother, "Mama, who is that? Why is he looking so big? Why did you all stand silent when he came and greeted him?"
"Sweetheart, he is the king of this forest. That means he is bigger and elder than all of us. Showing respect to elders is a tradition since long, and following it has been a bond to us all."
Okay, ma. From now onwards, I will also show due respect to any elders who come across my path. I will also be respectful with all my friends. The festivities culminated and everyone returned to their own homes. A few days passed. A beautiful young fawn was playing gleefully in the forest. As it was playing nearby in the shrubs, the glitter from a jewel-filled bag hit her eye. She immediately picked up the jewelry bag and gave it to her mother at home. The doe gets bewildered, looking at the heap of jewels.
"Oh dear, someone must have lost their jewelry. We should make sure they found them back."
Having thought like this, the doe went to the king and explained everything to the king. The doe even requested the king to arrange for the lost jewels to be returned to its rightful owner.
So the Lion King says,
Wonderful, my friend. I have not seen an honest citizen as you for a long time. I shall duly do what you ask for.
Upon the king's assurance, the doe returns home. The fawn at home asked the doe, saying,
Ma, why did you give the bag of jewels to the king?
My dear child, it is very important to make sure that whenever we find any valuable things, they are returned to their rightful owners. This is our responsibility. We should not be greedy, but be honest. Thus explained the mother to the fawn. Much time has passed. The season changed to monsoon. The whole forest witnessed a heavy burst of rain. The trees shook heavily in the wind, and their branches broke and fell on the ground. The paths through the forest were densely covered with leaves, leaving them untraceable. As the forest filled with darkness due to the heavy rain, a wild boar slips and falls into a ditch. Unable to come out, shrieking for help, hoping for someone to hear, the boar got drenched in the rain through the whole night. The next day morning, as the rain grew less fierce, a rabbit trotted along that way, foraging for food. Finding the boar stuck in the ditch, determined to help the helpless animal, the rabbit finds a giraffe nearby and explains the ordeal to him. Immediately, the giraffe goes to the incident area and helps the boar out of the ditch. The boar, with its heart filled with happiness, expresses gratitude to the giraffe. So, the giraffe in reply said,
My friend, actually the animal who saved you is this little rabbit. It was he who informed me about your predicament. His punctuality was the reason you're alive now.
So, the boar hugs the rabbit closely and expresses its utmost gratitude to him. Moreover, he immediately rushes into the forest, collects all the carrots he could find nearby, and gives them to the rabbit. The next day, the wild boar gets an idea. With a determination to make sure that no one else faces the same dangerous situation, it immediately goes and clears the rebel's room across that path. A crane perched on a tree branch nearby observes this whole incident. It flies over to the boar and ridicules him sarcastically, saying,
How many responsibilities you are unnecessarily bearing, my friend? You are relentlessly cleaning this whole path. Did the king promise you his wealth if you did this?
Listen, my friend, due to the danger that I had to face yesterday, I had to suffer a lot. It is truly a miracle that I am still alive today after going through such a horror. Having decided that I will not anyone else face the same situation, I have made up my mind to clean this forest. Cleanliness is our responsibility, is it not?
The crane realizes his mistake and feels empathetic towards the boar. It decides to show mercy. Wait, I will be right back. Saying thus, it flies away and lets all the animals of the forest know what the boar is up to. The animals, having heard of this, quickly go into the forest and clean the whole forest. Seeing the boar, the crane and the rest of the forest dwellers working unitedly, Garuda the eagle informs the king. Immediately, the king comes to the forest and commends the boar.
An idea like this, whipping up your mind and instantly working on it, is truly commendable, my friend.
The king showered praises upon the boar. Then the king asked the boar,
My friend, I heard everything what you had to face. Instead of taking rest after such an ordeal, What made you get into the humongous task? Did anyone delegate this work to you?
My lord, just to make sure that no one should face the same predicament that I had to face. I myself have decided to clean this rubble in the forest. Should anyone ask me to do a good deed, instead of waiting for someone to come and do what's necessary, I thought it was my responsibility to be self-reliant and start the work myself, O King.
Thus said the bird to the Lion King. The lion, smiling happily, replies,
Well then, my friend, how beautiful it would be if everyone thinks like you. Friends, listen to me. It is necessary for us to keep our surroundings clean if all of us want to live comfortable lives. Moreover, we have to respect everyone. Be honest and accomplish your responsibilities by doing things on time or being punctual. In addition, self-reliance in doing our responsibilities is quite essential. Ethics beget core values beget happiness.
Having said this, the Lion King happily walks away.